and most biggest earning job. This is a business in which there is profit and profit, all profit and profit. In worldly businesses, we may be earning 10%, 20%, or maybe earning 100% at the most. I think there's no business in the world which may be earning more than 100%. But in this job, there is no capital, but it is all earning and earning, without capital, without any investment. And it may be 100 times, 1,000 times, and any times, and never going under loss, never to be suspecting or doubtful at any time of loss. So in Adi Granth it has been told that if you are to bargain, if you are a businessman, then try business with master, try business with saints, and then they will shower all benefits and profits, and then you will be so much wealthy that when you will go from this world, you will be directly connected with God, because he is also a great businessman. So saints will connect with themselves as business, and saints are one with God. So our then business or connection then is directly with God. So then we are bargaining with God. So and then we are sharing with God with his business, and then there is no difference between him and we. All shareholders are equal. They are placed at the same place. But if we are working in the worldly businesses, we are always losers, always losers, because we cannot take anything with us. If we earn something, that is also loss, and if we lose, that is also loss. Because after all, everything will be taken away from us. We will have to go empty-handed. When Lord Alexander the Great, who had conquered a great part of the world and had snatched and grabbed and robbed so much wealth, jewels, gold, silver, and so many other things, and in the way when he fell sick and he was lying on the deathbed, then he realized it, and then he told his people that when his funeral procession will be taken through the streets of his city, his empty hands should be kept out of the coffin, so that the people of the world may just realize that such a great king of such riches and of such a great kingdom, he is going empty-handed, and he is not taking anything, and he is going as a biggest loser of the game of the world. He has not been able to win the game. He has no doubt won the game, but in this winning, he has been totally loser. Who is winner in this world? That is totally loser. And who is loser? He is really the winner. That we may lose the game of the world, but we may come in contact and lose, bargain, that we may maintain and develop bargain with God, with Master, and that will never be a loss. Here in this world, we will also enjoy all profits, all gains, benefits, and we will earn that merchandise will not be just left over here, kept over here, but we will be able to take it with us, because that is the merchandise, godly one, which is applicable everywhere. In these governments, the currency of one government cannot be applicable in the other government. But if you take gold, gold is acceptable everywhere. So the merchandise which is of this world cannot be applicable in any other world. But the godly merchandise, that is valuable and acceptable, and we can enjoy it, and we can be rich with it always, and enjoy it in all places, and we will not find difficulty at any place. So the wise people will do some business of profits, but other people may have to suffer and undergo losses, great and great losses, and suffer losses. We have not come over here to lose the game and to be sufferers. To Guru Nanak, the negative power came and he asked that, why are you wandering in forests and traveling this way, that way? Now it is good that there are aeroplanes, that we can just fly very soon and come in America from India, or sometimes Europe, sometimes here and there. And facility is there, but in those times the masters did not sit in peace, in ease, that why to bother for the people, for the soul. They had to work hard day and night. They had to travel very hard in forests, in deserts, and for days and days they had to travel, and then they could find some village or some people or some city or food like that. They had been working. So the negative power came and offered that, why are you toiling so hard unnecessarily? Come to me. And these palaces, all these fitted with jewels, not fitted with stones, but fitted with jewels, and all just coated with saffron and sandalwood paste, so that all fragrant and fitted with all luxuries, every kind of enjoyments of the world, I am ready to offer you. Why don't you enjoy it? Then master just hesitated. He denied that, I do not like it, I do not want it. Because when I may be enjoying all these enjoyments and facilities of the world, I may get disconnected from my life impulse, from the source of life, and that I do not want, because I have come to know from my master that there is no other place of safety, anything except the connection of light and sound, that is God in action power. Everything is against you. Any beauty, any glory, any sweetness, any enjoyment, as I did explain you even yesterday satsang, it is not really enjoyment, but it is to be seen as something enjoyable, but it will turn out to be very bitter. As long as something is we are eating as sweet, only this portion of the body is sensitive to sweetness or taste. But when it goes down, no taste, whatever it may. But then is its effect, that what we have taken, then the effect of that will be available. If we had taken sweet poison, then it will be enjoyable, no doubt, up till this sensitive portion which is sensitive to taste. But after that, we will enjoy the effect of that. That will be pangs and pangs, or pains and pains, unbearable. But once done, it cannot be undone. Then we will have to bear it. So all these worldly objects, these are like this. We may realize it, understand it, now or tomorrow or at any time, but these will have to be understood. Otherwise, the blow of hard stick of what we call judge, when he will send us to the health, there we will suffer, then we will understand at least. There we will understand. So time will come that we will understand. But understanding at that time will not help us. If there is a well before us, and we step into the well and fall into the well, and then we are finding that we are in the well, then there is no use knowing at that time. If we had known just half a minute earlier that we was just one step away from the well, that we had known it, then we would have shifted our weight to the side, and then we would have saved ourselves of a permanent agony. So this is the time that we do not know to which side we are traveling, where we are traveling. But surely if we are following the mind, if we are following the word, and if we are following the worldly objects, surely we are following and running towards the hells. Very heinous, very terrible, very awful, very dreadful hells. This is for certain, this is for sure. We may understand it now, it will be better. But if we are following the Master and against his orders we are not doing anything, and we are following strictly and very correctly as far as possible, may it be, a leniency may also be there as far as possible, but we know, we understand that our benefit lies only in following the Master, then at least we are benefited and we will be saved by his grace, and we will not be in the hells, but we will be in the lap of the Master, and then he is our biggest Savior and we are saved. So this is the saving lifeline which has been bestowed to us by God, and this is the opportunity in which we can avail this opportunity, and once availed, forever it will be availed. Then it is forever ours. But lost, once lost, may be found or may not be found, we cannot say. If there is a river and water is flowing in that river, and there is what before us, and that passes away, we say, all right, it will come second time and we will find it. Is it possible that water which has passed before us in the river and it has just gone away, that the same water will again be available at any time? It may be, but not possible. 100% it is not possible. So, in this way, the circle of the life is so great, so great, so great, that once lost, it may be lost forever. The same chance may not be available after ages and ages. In Adi Granth, it has been explained that the stones are also lives, because there are so many kinds of life. In minerals there is also life, that is sleeping. That is sleeping life. So that is also species of life. In the Indian mythology, such like examples are there, that there was a saintly person, and he had been going to take bath early in the morning, but his wife, she was deceived by some deceiver, and that deceiver indulged sexually with her, and when he came back, he found that something wrong is there with the wife, and he asked that why it is due to that. She told that it was only due to ignorance, that she could not recognize, she could not feel any difference, and that she was deceived. Then he just asked him that you had acted like a stone, that you had no feeling, you had no understanding, so you will have to be a stone. And then she asked that if I have to, by virtue of this my miserable act, although it was done in ignorance, but is there then salvation for me? Because the life of a stone is so long, that it may break after age and ages. Otherwise it may be lying in some layers of the mountain, and there will be no chance of salvation after a very long time even. Then he told that this is the golden age, and in the copper age, Lord Rama will come, and when he will cross over a bridge, you will be used over there, and then you will find salvation by the touch of his holy feet. Then she told that it is also a great time, that now this is golden age, then there will be silver age, then there will be copper age. There are 2 ages in between. So this favor is also not appreciable favor. Please favor me still more. Then he told that this cannot be changed. What I have said, it is now permanent. It can now only be done that age may be changed, that Lord Rama may come first, and Lord Krishna, who was to follow, who was to precede Rama, he may come afterwards. So the system just of age was changed. Still it was one age that was in between. So such like incarnations which are there, because the system and setup of God is so big, so great, so ununderstandable by the human body, human beings, that it is not understandable. How vast is the knowledge of God. But it is not necessary for us to run after all that knowledge of God, but I think it is sufficient for us, and it is very important for us at least to follow the Master. Word by word, step by step, moment by moment, second by second, breath by breath. There should be no time, no place where we may be feeling ourselves just away from the Master, or just thinking anything else from the Master. So day and night we are to remember the Master. In Adi Granth it is very beautifully explained that I am feeling myself devoted, everything of myself, Master says, to a person who remembers his Master during the day, but when he goes to sleep, he also keeps contact during sleeping even. And when he wakes up again in Master. And also it is written that day and night we should only remember Master and Master, because without him there is nothing else in this world. It is only he. And his help is there for you. And if you are to live only in him. And if you live in him, then everything will come to you, and everything will be added into you, and everything will be following you. That if you follow me, then everything will follow you. But if you follow the plurality of the world, you will be lost in that plurality. And God will also be lost, and everything is lost. But if you leave plurality of the world and follow the one will also be found, and all this plurality of the world, that will also be serving you at your beck and call, and you will be enjoying both the aspects, in front and also which is on back also. That will be all yours. So this is the way of living which masters live, and they ask their followers, not only the followers but their brothers and sisters. They do not take anyone to be their follower. They try to make everyone the follower of truth, to which they themselves follow. They follow the truth, they achieve the truth, and they make the people follow the truth. We should not consider anybody a follower of a master. Don't say anything like that. Masters do not say that anybody is my follower, anybody is my disciple, anybody is my initiate. They have affection and love for all, because they do not work for themselves, they work for the truth, with which they have lost themselves, of which they are embodiment. They do not work in ego, they are not minded. Because we do not understand, because we are working in mind. You would be thinking that as we are working, they must also be working in the same way. But their way of working is quite different. They have got no mind. They had full control on their mind, but they are working in their soul and in God and in truth. Truth is above all, but still above is living in truth. True living is above truth. My master has been saying like that. So they live in truth, and they make the people follow the truth. So all people in this world, they are his family members, and he likes that all the people should be connected with that truth, and all should be benefited. So this has been the way of working of my master even. Some people of the world, some masters, they convey their messages, they make followings, they give some special signs or special slogans. They say different kinds of things, or separate customs or rituals from each other they have got, just to differentiate that it is their following, it is their teachings. But my master did not let in anything. They let us only children of God, only as human beings. No definite saying, no definite clothing, no sign, nothing of the sort. But this also it was declared by my master that do not say in the satsangs even that there are some initiates and there are non-initiates. The word non-initiate doesn't exist. Everybody is his participant of love. Everybody is member of his family. One may recognize, one may not recognize. You may see from the example of Baba Saman Singh that Baba Saman Singh was there on a hill station, and one of his personal attendant was there. He was out of the house and his attendant was only there. An atheist who doesn't believe in God, that is called? Atheist. An atheist went over there and he was suffering from tuberculosis, and doctor has advised him that he should spend some months on some hill station where the favorable atmosphere will be helpful for his health. Now he was searching for some house to live in. In search, he also went to the house of the master, where master was not there, but his attendant was there. There was some room available, but when it was known by the attendant that he is atheist, then he told that there is no room in this house. You please